Every gardener who has struggled with clay soil knows how stubborn it can be. It holds water in the rainy season until it turns sticky and suffocating, yet in the dry months it bakes into a concrete-like crust that roots can barely penetrate. Compost, gypsum, and organic matter all help, but they take time to work. That's why this unusual method of pouring boiling water on clay soil before mulching has gained attention. It sounds harsh, but when done correctly, it can be a game changer for both short-term soil structure and long-term microbial balance. Let's break down what actually happens when boiling water meets clay soil, why it works when paired with mulch, and how you can apply this method step by step in your own garden without damaging the very life you're trying to encourage. Clay is made up of fine particles that pack tightly together, leaving little space for air and water to move. The main challenge is compaction, and this is why roots suffocate, organic matter struggles to integrate, and waterlogging becomes a constant problem. When boiling water is poured over clay, the immediate effect is thermal shock. The heat causes surface particles to expand slightly and then contract, creating microfractures in the hardened crust. This temporary loosening is what allows water and air to penetrate more easily. Think of it as cracking open a sealed surface so that organic matter and microbes can move in. The process also kills off surface weeds and shallow pest eggs, giving crops a clean start without chemicals. However, it is not the boiling water alone that transforms the soil. The key is following up with mulch and organic matter. If boiling water is used on clay soil without follow-up, the soil simply hardens again after drying, often becoming worse than before. That's why mulch is the crucial second step. Once the hot water has fractured the surface, the soil is open to receiving organic materials. By adding a thick layer of mulch immediately after, you protect the soil from baking in the sun, lock in moisture, and create a microenvironment where decomposition can happen much faster. Straw, shredded leaves, or even a 3-to-1 ratio of dry carbon materials to green nitrogen-rich ones such as grass clippings work well. For example, if you apply 3 buckets of shredded leaves, mix in 1 bucket of fresh grass or kitchen scraps before spreading, the boiling water not only cracks the surface, but also speeds up the breakdown of the mulch above, as the heat accelerates microbial colonization once the soil cools to normal temperatures. This method works best in small sections of your garden rather than large beds at once. Boil water in a sturdy pot and pour directly over compacted areas at a rate of about 1 liter per square foot. That is enough to penetrate the top few inches without sterilizing the deeper layers where beneficial microbes live. Avoid pouring near established plant roots because you know the heat can damage them. This technique is best suited for preparing new beds, reviving walkways where soil has been compacted, or breaking open patches where mulch will be laid. After pouring, wait 10 to 15 minutes for the soil to cool before applying mulch. Spread a 3 to 4 inch layer of organic material evenly over the surface. If you want to enrich it further, sprinkle a thin layer of compost around 1/2 inch before mulching. This ensures that, as the mulch breaks down, nutrients are delivered directly into the newly loosened clay structure. One concern gardeners often raise is whether boiling water kills soil life. It's true that some microbes near the surface are destroyed, but this isn't necessarily harmful. In fact, what follows is a microbial rebound effect. As soon as mulch is applied and moisture is locked in, beneficial organisms rush to recolonize the topsoil, feeding on the fresh organic matter. Earthworms in particular are drawn to the cooler, shaded conditions under mulch, and within weeks they begin tunneling into the fractured clay, expanding the effect even deeper. This method shines when preparing new planting rows in heavy clay, where crops like beans, squash, or even root vegetables struggle to establish. By using boiling water and mulch, you create a seedbed that stays moist but not waterlogged. For instance, after treating a row with boiling water and mulching with shredded leaves, you can part the mulch slightly, sow seeds directly, and they will benefit from the looser, cooler soil beneath. Clay soil has always been one of the toughest challenges for gardeners, but with this method you can speed up the process of transforming it into fertile ground. Pouring boiling water might seem extreme at first, but when paired with mulch, it becomes a smart way to crack the surface, suppress weeds, and give organic matter the foothold it needs. Try it carefully in your own garden, monitor the results, and you'll see how quickly stubborn clay can start to shift toward rich, productive soil. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Doctor and share this video with fellow gardeners who are battling heavy soils. Together, we can keep discovering and reviving practical methods that truly work.